Your little hands wrapped around my finger, and it's so quiet in the world tonight. Your little eyelids flutter 'cause you're dreaming, so I tuck you in, turn on your favorite nightlight. To you, everything's funny. You got nothing to regret. I give all I have, honey, if you could stay like that. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up. Don't you ever grow up. Just stay this little. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up. Don't you ever grow up. If we could stay this simple.
So you gotta make sure you take the runners off.
Yeah.
Because we're transplanting them.
Yeah.
So, but then again, if we stuff it up, we've got like 5 bazillion strawberry plants.
This is very exciting, transplanting the strawbs.
You're in the car on the way to the movies, and you're mortified your mom's dropping you off. At 14, there's just so much you can't do, and you can't wait to move out someday and call your own shots. But don't make her drop you off around the block. Remember that she's getting older too. Don't lose the way that you dance around.
Hey, I thought I would just come out for a little chat. It's been really lovely today. We've had like one of the perfect mornings. It's been so lovely. We haven't had a morning like this for quite a while. It's raining now, but it's just so beautiful. Where we live in the valley, it's like if you're really a part of the world and Mother Earth here, we're quite close to nature, and it's so lovely just to have to slow down when you're integrated, I guess, so close to nature. You become a part of it, and you flow and move with it. And living in the valley, the weather moves through, and it's just so beautiful. So it's been a lovely clear morning, and now there's just the most gentle rain moving through the valley and over the mountains, and it's really lovely. But yeah, we've been transplanting some strawberries this morning, and just gotten rid of one of the beds where there was lots of strawberries, and it was kind of becoming a bit overgrown. So we're just pulling it back, I guess, and we're going to use that area up there a little bit differently. We don't really want to grow the strawbs on the ground anymore, so we're going to grow them up probably in our vertical pallets that we'll put near the bathtub. And yeah, I just think it's really, it's just nice to slow down, you know, when life is so crazy. It's like breath just becomes something that you just do daily. I just feel like I've had a really lovely morning this morning, where I've been able to breathe in a really therapeutic, enriching, recharging kind of way. I'm feeling my body releasing all of the stress and tension from the week, I guess. At the moment I feel like I've kind of got two sides of myself rubbing up quite firmly against each other, I guess, and that's a part of our journey at the moment. So there's work and that side of life that I'm really passionate about, but also it comes with that obviously full-time capacity, being away from the farm and family, and then I've got all of this wonderful learning and journeying here on the farm that we're doing, and often they're just kind of, life is so busy, they're just meeting each other throughout the week. So it's been good just to slow down, be on the farm, and really get my hands dirty as well, I guess, a little bit. And things are really starting to evolve, I guess, here, which is nice. We had quite a bit of rain over winter, and it's all obviously changing a little bit now. We've still got the rainy patches, but we're just getting out to the garden a little bit more. I think we're building our confidence a little bit more. I think we went through a little bit of a stage there where we first moved here and we were just really overwhelmed. Well, I was, and Grant was as well, because, you know, not only were we kind of changing roles to me being at work full-time and Grant being at home full-time, we've taken on an acreage, we've taken on you know, we really want to start living a more sustainable lifestyle and self-sufficiency lifestyle, and that's actually, those concepts are huge, and we obviously knew they were huge, but they're so much bigger than I could have ever known when you come down to actually start living that and start breathing it every single day. It's huge. It's amazing and so challenging and so enriching, but it is huge. And I think, yeah, we were a little bit overwhelmed at the land and how the land was being used when we first got here, and when we came to look at the property it was just bursting with produce and food, so we kind of had that to mark it up against. And we've come, obviously, and we've been here through a winter, so naturally crops are going to kind of not be as abundant through that season, but we tried to grow some produce in our polytunnel. We've never had a polytunnel before, obviously. We've never grown in a polytunnel. There's so much to learn. There is so much to learn, but you know, we're excited by it, so that's good. But yeah, nothing really took off in the polytunnel. It's like trial and error, and I'm sure this will be going on for years, and it's all a part of us integrating and being a part of the land, as opposed to, I guess, just going to the supermarket and being able to get something instantaneously. You really have to slow down when you want to fit in with the land, not have what the land produces fit in with you, I guess, and that's kind of really what we're trying to do. So it's frustrating but enriching as well, kind of planting all these seeds out in the polytunnel and nothing kind of grows through, and that is frustrating, and you do feel a little bit like, well, what did I do wrong? But I think there's also that really ingrained, deep underlying attitudes of everything happens really easy in our society, and it just kind of appears. If you want something, you get it very, very quickly. So we're kind of learning that it's not so much a failure, it's you know, we're learning about how to be a part of the land, and that didn't work out for us this season. So yeah, we've gone and bought some more seedlings today from Huonville. We've planted those out. Hopefully we have a bit more success. So yeah, some stuff is growing and some stuff we're getting to pick out of the garden. Other stuff is just taking a while longer, and you know, I'm sure that's a part of us learning how to grow in this environment and this space. Grant was saying before, you never kind of realize how much work goes into self-sufficiency until you're living it. So the concept of self-sufficiency and what that means and how it's actually brought to reality and actualized is just mammoth, you know, and that's part of the process that we're going through as well. There's so much work, and we're pulling parts of the land back, and we're building up on other parts, and yeah, it's very exciting. It's actually incredible, and because we're not working at our own pace, we're working at nature's pace. There's something really humbling about that, and there's something really beautiful about it. You have to respect Mother Nature, and you have to respect her process and time. So yeah, okay.
Remember that she's getting older too. Don't lose the way that you dance around in your PJs, getting ready for school. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up. Don't you ever grow up. Just stay this little. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up. Don't you ever grow up. If you could stay this simple, and no one's ever burned you, nothing's ever left you scarred.
Did you just say here, birdie birdie? I caught it on camera.
Take pictures in your mind of your childhood. Memorize what it sounded like when your dad gets home. Remember the footsteps, remember the words said, and all your little brother's favorite songs. I just realized everything I have is someday Wish I'd never grown up. Wish I'd never grown up.
Hello, we're back inside now and we've had a really lovely day outside today. I just wanted to touch base and kind of share a little bit of insight, I guess, because often with these videos when there's no sound and just music over the top of the moving video, you know, a story and an assumption can be made up very easily in your mind, and it makes you feel, which is part of what I love about vlogs so much, is the power of music and images together and the feeling that evokes in people. And I think it's really beautiful telling a story through music and images and not always talking. So that's why that video is mainly us gardening out in the fields together. I just wanted to share though that it was actually a really beautiful morning together. Without going too much into it, Harpy is really calm and really engaged and really lovely when he is in the garden and outside. That's where he's really, I think that's where he finds his calm, and that's where he finds his really beautiful engagement. And it was one of the best mornings that we've had for quite a while. So watching back on the footage, it's a little bit emotional, I guess, because it's not always that way. You know, you have images of a really lovely interaction between the boys, and then, you know, there's music over the top of it because 2 seconds later I'll be saying, put that down or don't do that, which comes part and parcel with parenting. You know, having children is just crazy. So yeah, but there wasn't any of that during all of that filming, and for quite a bit of it I put the camera completely away and just decided to stop and just be really present in the moment and in the gardening and in the time that I was spending with Harper, because he was so focused with me and we were just really enjoying being around each other, and there was no time limit, there was no limitations, there was no rush to have to get something else done, which often I think in today's world can put so much more pressure on parenting and on the interactions that we have with kids, because we're always, you know, rushing and needing to meet deadlines and schedules and timetables, and we just really let go on that Saturday morning. Try not to be too busy and too rushy in life. We try to and slow down our commitments, I guess, and what it is that we're doing outside of family time, so we have that ability to really be present with each other on those days. So it was really lovely. I think some of last weekend was a bit rough with Harpy. When I say rough, we did struggle. I think Monday came around and Grant and I were just a bit exhausted. So yeah, I don't want to go into that really in this video, because it's a really beautiful kind of, for me it's quite special seeing those interactions and that morning of all gardening together and working on the land together, and yeah, it's just something special that I want to hold on to. I am going to talk about Harpy, I guess, a little bit more, share his story a little bit more, and kind of what we're going through. But I guess, you know, we can come out of a few days sort of with Harpy feeling quite exhausted, you know, and I know parenting is exhausting, so yes, I guess we feel it, you know. I'm sure every parent in every family unit feels parenting and that responsibility in their own way. Some weekends we do struggle a little bit more with Harpy. We are tired coming out of a weekend or a week or a few weeks, and we do need to just focus on ourselves for a day or for an hour or whatever it is, and then come back together as well, Grant and I, just to make, you know, just to check in with each other and make sure we're all doing okay. So yeah, anyway, that's all. I just wanted to do a little bit of a video just to share some insight from this morning and from our gardening experience. So it's so wonderful. There's so many just incredible things that are happening to us, and our relationships with each other and our lives are becoming so much more connected and enriched with each other. I think because we are surrounded by nature, but we are outside so much, we're in the fresh air, we're exploring, we're connecting with each other through the peace and calmness and the wonder of nature. So it's really, it's beautiful. Yeah, so just wanted to share, but I hope you enjoyed this morning's vlog, and I hope you are well wherever you are in the world, and thank you so much for watching. I love sharing my story and my journey and my family's journey. So thank you for watching, and I'll do another video soon. Okay, bye.